this video, I'm here to talk about essential macro photography gear that you will need to get some good macro shots. I have two tiers of equipment that I'll cover in this video, tier 1 being the most important and tier 2 being gear that's nice to have but not 100% necessary. The great thing about macro photography is that you don't need to spend a lot of money on the best equipment to get the best shots. But first things first, easily the least important piece of equipment is the type of camera you have. As long as it's a functioning DSLR or mirrorless camera, no matter if it's an entry-level camera or a top-of-the-line camera, you are capable of achieving some great macro shots. Just remember that just because you have a very expensive camera, it won't automatically make your photo taking skills any better. Practice and putting in the time and effort in is what will help you improve your photo taking skills. The first piece of gear you'll need, which is the most important, is a macro lens. If you want sharp details in your photos, you'll need a true macro lens, but the good thing is that you don't need a macro lens to capture fine details on your subjects. Macro lenses can be pricey, so a few budget options would be getting a Raynox DCR 250 for your kit lens or a telephoto lens you already have. A Raynox only costs around $72, and it's a really cheap way to get started with the genre and get great shots. Most cameras come with the 18-55mm lens or somewhere in that range, and just a Raynox might not get as close as you want. To add extra magnification, you'll need some extension tubes, and the prices of these will range from $15 to $100. The second most important piece of gear to have is a speedlight flash. A speedlight flash is important because it will eliminate camera shake. The slightest winds or a shaky hand will cause your images to come out blurry, and having a flash will help with that. It's also possible to take good macro photos with natural light, but not every situation will be good enough to go for a natural light shot. It may be too dark, and that extra light from a flash will help brighten the scene without turning your ISO up too high. The third most important piece of gear to have is a diffuser. Having a diffuser is crucial because it will soften the light on your subjects. Some bugs such as beetles, other metallic bugs, and the eyes of most bugs such as jumping spiders are very reflective. So not having a diffuser will result in bright highlights and shadows, but luckily diffusers are really easy and simple to make. The fourth most important piece of gear to have is an extra light source, such as a good flashlight or a LED light. An extra light source is good to have if you like to go out in the early mornings or at night when it's dark so you can see what you're photographing. I use a Viltrox LED light and I tape it onto my flash. I do this because if the light isn't behind the flash, it'll create some harsh highlights on my subjects. These lights are pretty cheap and are usually around $30 to $40. Fifth most important piece of gear to have is extra camera batteries and SD cards. If you like to go out for longer photo sessions, extra batteries can help extend your time outdoors even longer. Having an extra SD card is important because it's sometimes easy to forget when you take your card out to get photos off of it from a previous session. Having that extra one in the bag already just ensures you that you'll have a card. Nothing would be worse than getting to your location to shoot and you realize you forgot your SD card. Another reason to have an extra one is because the one you're using may be low on storage and you didn't realize it. Having an extra one will come in handy in situations like that. For Tier 2, I have 4 pieces of gear that are nice to have but not completely necessary. The first piece of gear in Tier 2 is an ultra macro lens such as the Laowa 25mm. These kinds of lenses are completely manual and the magnifications range from 2.5 to 5x magnification. This lens is good for shooting shots of very small bugs or if you're into studio work with dead bugs, but it's very hard to use in the field because of the extremely small depth of field, but it's still possible to get quality shots of live subjects out in the field. I plan on doing a full video on this lens in the near future. The second piece of gear in Tier 2 is some background cards. These can be helpful for when you have a messy background or if you want to add some color to your photos. When I do this, I usually use binders, but lately I haven't been using them. And also, anything colorful should work just as well. Third piece of gear in Tier 2 is a small spray bottle. These can cost as low as $1 or less, and it's good to have if you shoot wildflowers and plants. By spraying the flowers with a little water, it'll make your images pop out even more at times. Fourth and final piece of equipment is a tripod. A tripod can be good in certain situations, but me personally, I don't use tripods when I'm shooting macro because it just slows me down setting it up and it's extra weight to carry. But I see how they can be helpful for other people who use them. Macro photography is a great way to capture details of a world that most people are unaware of, and luckily it doesn't cost as much to get into it and you don't need the very best equipment or camera to take amazing shots. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.